Hey everyone, TranquilitySky asked me to do some commentary over our matches that we had, so that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to offer maybe some advice or some tips on how to get a little bit better, or maybe avoid some certain mistakes, or just stuff like that. Just to see if I can help him get a little bit better. So yeah, anytime I see something, I'll offer some advice on the matter, and that's what I'll be doing. So yeah, we got a Point Chris going against Point Dante, and yeah, see, this right here is kind of something that you want to try to avoid doing, especially with Dr. Doom hidden missiles. He stays on screen for a long time, and it's really easy for me to just throw out a Magnum and just nail him. And if I can get one Magnum off on him, that means I can get two Magnums off, which is like half of Dr. Doom's health. So really want to be careful of how you call him. Because I could just blow him up so easily. Something you can do is call him and then teleport immediately. I could still punish Dante off of a raw teleport, but at least I won't be able to get anything that meaningful off of it. It's mostly just grab punishing, and if I'm not near the corner, it's kind of hard for my team to get kills off of people if I'm not in the corner. Another thing you can do is with Dante on point, you can jump in the air and start charging up your airplay. Call Dr. Doom and then start charging up airplay and get a fully charged airplay on screen, and that will absorb a Magnum shot. So yeah, you just want to have stuff on screen, or kind of avoid setting up so that Dr. Doom gets hit so hard. Because see, even now Dr. Doom is still kind of feeling the effects of getting hit so early, getting sniped so early, because he's on life support right now. So yeah, that's kind of what you want to do, is you want to avoid your assist getting beat up so much. So yeah, there's a good kill on oh, is this a mistake? Oh no, it's just for some sort of Dr. Doom setup. I get out of it with level 3, kind of expensive, but it was kind of worth it. I tried to go into a command grab setup there. It would have been a perfect opportunity to do it, because if I would have landed the command grab, I would have been able to kill Doom with a Shadow Servant. It didn't end up working though, but probably the right decision. So yeah, there's a kill off Dr. Doom, and this is where using your X Factor early is kind of a mistake. Especially if you're gonna leave Morgan last. If you're gonna if you're gonna attempt to kill Magneto by snapping him in and leaving Morgan last, you really want to avoid using your X Factor too early, because of exactly what happened there at the end of the first match. I went into mirror and it was just too easy of a chip out. I just completely non-stop fireballs, and it just took out Dante. And you can work on practicing avoiding fireball spam, but it only helps so much because you have to take some of the chip, and yeah, it's just too easy to get chipped out towards the end of matches right there. If you've already used X Factor. If you haven't, then you can just use your X Factor and you take 0 chip damage. You even get healed during the spam. So it helps a lot to not use X Factor so early in matches. So yeah, we got a little bit of a Morgan mirror going on. I'm trying to stay above his fireballs. He's probably trying to stay above my fireballs. So it's kind of just a little bit of an air stalemate going on right now. Not really all that exciting. That's kind of how you want to play the matchup, because the one that's lower is probably getting pressured more, and that's not how you want to play this matchup. So yeah, he ends up getting a pretty good hit. Ends up dropping the combo. It's gonna happen. Dropping combos is going to happen, especially online. Morgan combos are pretty hard to do, and even offline they're hard to do. And then when you have to factor in the fact that there can be lag on both sides of the connection, on my side and his side, it's just too hard to land your Morgan combos perfectly every time. So it's gonna happen. Almost got his Morgan down. I had a sliver of a health Morgan. He ends up taking mine out. Yeah, see, anytime you see a Chris going into prone like that, you want to super jump and start raining projectiles down on him, because the ground spam does nothing. Those fireballs won't hit him at all if he's in prone. So that's kind of what you want to do. You want to force him off the ground and then start spamming him so that he can't get to prone. I honestly thought that was going to do more damage to Doom. I don't know why that did such little damage. That was a full hyper plus X Factor towards the end, and it didn't even get him down to half. But this is kind of the time when you want to go into X Factor and then just start filling the screen with super jump in the air, start filling the screen with finger lasers. Otherwise, it's too easy for me to chip him out. And by the time he did use his X Factor, he was already down to like maybe 20% health, and it was kind of too late by then. But yeah, you don't want to stay in his magnum areas, and you don't want to stay in his grenade areas. And that's for Dr. Doom. That's usually super jumping in the air, air dashing up, and then just raining finger lasers for a while. It doesn't seem like TranquilitySkies is spam first type of player. Even with Morrigan, he's kind of trying to avoid going into mirror sometimes, and not really going all that lame. I really do think there is a time when you should go lame, and I think at the end of the first game that was it. But yeah, there's some pretty tough pressure to deal with. Is exactly right there is when you call Dante and he comes in right as Morrigan is crossing over. That's really tough to deal with, because I have to deal with crossover instant overhead, and then I got Dante jamming his session in my back, and it's just kind of tough to deal with, especially with Chris, because he can't really go into the air to avoid things like Morrigan can. So good pressure on Chris. So yeah, he's going into mirror now. This isn't gonna work. That was a really poor decision going into that hyper. I might not have been trying to go into that one. I sometimes try to, if a Morrigan player goes into mirror like that and is in the corner, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go into finishing shower, and as long as you don't cut finishing shower off early with like an X Factor or something, you can't push block it. So what it does is if the opposing character is in the corner, I can do a setup. I can do either an instant air dash setup or a command grab setup or some sort of crazy low setup, and I sometimes get opens off of just a random finishing shower like that. That's probably what I was trying to do, but because of the way this stupid game interprets hyper input during a freeze frame, it just gives me that hyper a lot, and it's just really annoying. Little bit of a mistake there, not blocking low. That'll happen when your main instinct is to up back. I think when you're going against somebody as fast as X Factor level 3 Magneto, is the golden rule is mainly to block low and then react high. Just keep blocking low until you see something that resembles an overhead, and then block high. Yeah, this game is over though for me. If I had maybe 5 more seconds, I could probably get. Yeah, see, I got the hit. Could have went into some sort of combo and then into level 3 and probably had a chance to win the game. But yeah, it was gonna be too hard. So yeah, going into point Dante against point Chris again. Yeah, prone is so tough to deal with. I guess what you want to do there is just start going into airplay. Airplay is the easiest decision, yeah. Because when you try, what a lot of people try to do is, especially with teleport characters, is they try to go into teleport to get to the other side of Chris. And even if they were able to get to the other side of Chris, when a character crosses over like that, it causes Chris to immediately stand up, and while he's standing up, he's invincible, so he can't be opened up by crossing over like that. So what you want to do is just jump in the air, stay in the air for as long as possible, and rain projectiles on top of him to get off the ground like that. or dash in really quickly, or air dash in and then try to hit him with something. But you don't want to just stay on the ground at full screen, and yeah, you don't want to do that. I dropped the combo there towards the end. I hate that. I hate doing that combo online. I always mess up the flamethrower. It has to be really quick. But if you ever see an opponent drop a flamethrower like that, stay crouched, especially if you're with Morgan, because Morgan can duck underneath the flamethrower, and it would have been an easy punish. You could have gone into a crouching heavy, which still makes her, which still is too low for her to get hit by flamethrower. So it could have been an easy combo off of a mess up like that. So we got Dr. Doom against Morgan and Magneto. This is going to be a tough matchup for him. Mainly because it's so easy for Morgan to just lane characters out, especially Dr. Doom. So yeah, it's going to be tough. The only thing he can do is try to land a grab or a hit. I did a little command grab setup right there. I probably tried to go into Shadow Servant, but messed it up. I should have, because I could have went into Shadow Servant and then immediately went to like level 3 or something like that, or even an X Factor combo. But yeah, just something happened. The input didn't want to come out, or I messed it up, or something. But yeah, that was kind of a funny little command grab setup. I usually don't go for those. Unless I know for sure that the opponent's going to be on the ground long enough for me to try to get one off. But yeah, that's kind of funny there. Gonna get the kill on Morgan, and actually gonna have a chance to win the game, even if X Factor runs out. Oh, I think if that was a foot dive, it would have gotten me. Yeah, off that backwards air dash. If it was not a jab, and if it was a foot dive, or even an M&M, it would have killed me. Yeah, it would have hit me and then gotten a chance to kill me. So yeah, there's another little bit of a snipe on Dr. Doom. I don't think I hit him with a Magnum. I think I hit him with a Disruptor and something else. Maybe okay, so yeah, just don't run into Magnums like that. Just run headfirst into Magnums. That's a bad thing. So yeah, I just got the neutral game going. Almost a happy birthday right there. Dropped a couple of combos, but I mean, it's gonna happen. I can push block. Oh no, I guess I can't push block that. I think I was gonna. Usually I try to push block stuff like that. So he's gonna go into mirror, fireball spam me a little bit. That's actually not. This is actually like one of the first few times that he's actually done this. Is go into mirror, start fireball spamming, and while calling Doom at the same time. I think now that Chris is out, it's probably a little bit safer to do, since he's not taking Magnums to the face with, you know, right into Dr. Doom. That might have been the case, but yeah, I got a little bit of an overhead. Oh, I gotta stop this somehow. Hyper, not that one. Oh my goodness, I hate it when I do that hyper. I probably thought he was gonna cross over, and I was trying to do the other one. Anytime you see Magneto do that hyper, just throw out a move. It will hit. At the very least, it'll trade. If you start it off the split second, if you start it during the freeze screen, it will hit. I mean, almost every move is fast enough to get by that hyper. But yeah, Dante, he was close to the ground. He probably could have went to crouch low. For sure, it would have hit. For sure. Yeah, again, we got Dr. Doom against Morgan and Magneto. It's rough. It's rough when you only have Dr. Doom and you have to go against two air dash characters like that, especially one who can throw fireballs out. It's tough. But that's a good way to start it, is to get the kill on Morgan. And Dr. Doom has plenty of meter. You can go into any type of a lane game. That's probably what I would suggest to do, is to immediately go into a lane game, because yeah, trying to go in on Magneto, he has projectiles that can deal with Dr. Doom, and that's kind of what I ended up doing there. Yeah, I tend to try to avoid going into lane games as much as possible, except for when I know for a fact that it will guarantee me a win. When it will almost guarantee me a win, that's when I usually go for it. And it kind of would have done that if Dr. Doom would have went into a lane game. It would have put me in a really bad position. But yeah, we got another Morgan on Morgan battle. I don't know how Morgan got in. Chris is at full health. I guess he got snapped. Yeah, he probably got snapped because TranquilitySkies is down a bar. Yeah, a little bit of corner pressure. Good corner pressure. I just can't get the touch, the conversion off the opening touch. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna DHC him in. It's pretty safe here, and I could even get a chance to chip him out or chip her out. Good, a good raw tag right there. Only got hit by that last grenade. But yeah, Dante is pretty low on life. Morgan is pretty low on life, and it's getting kind of to that point where might even have to think about using X Factor early to get a kill, because in like 5 game seconds I could have both Dante and Morgan dead, and with Dr. Doom in against 3 characters or even 2 characters, it's a rough matchup. But yeah, so he's gonna spend 3 bars here. I probably would have done the exact same thing. He's gonna have to spend the 4th. That sucks. It looked like the level 3 was gonna kill, but it ended up not. That was a mistake. That I definitely wasn't predicting that he was gonna teleport and then immediately go into shell kick like that. That was me trying to go into some sort of shell kick pressure setup, and he ended up teleporting behind me while I was doing it, and I ended up getting the lucky hit anyway. Yeah, you're gonna have to X Factor. Or not. Wow, that's weird. I totally would have thought he was gonna X Factor, and I ended up not doing anything off of it because I thought he was. But yeah, I could have ended the game right there. So we got 12 game seconds to go. That should have been it. I crossed under though. It's kind of tough seeing. Yeah, that's gonna be X Factor now. No? Okay. Yeah, he might have just given up because it's pretty. At this point, he could have went into any combo, and it probably would have ended right at like 1 second, and it would have been too hard, or if not impossible, to come back. So yeah, most of these games ended with Dr. Doom going against multiple characters, and it's really, really hard to come back on Morgan, especially if Morgan has Magneto behind her, and. Yeah, you kind of have to, with that team, you kind of have to get ahead of me. You have to have at least two characters on my one. So, but yeah, hopefully I gave some decent advice, but that's going to be it for me, and I will catch you guys